Streetbeefs family, what it is, y'all, what it will be. Face back with you. Wanted to drop in, man. I like to try to check in with y'all at least once a month and just have a random discussion. But this ain't that. This is a pointed video that I'm gonna make that I really don't like making. I'm gonna be honest about it. I don't like that I have to make it. So there was an incident with one of our branches where some fighters were going back and forth with some retired UFC fighters. Now, how the fuck that even happens, I don't know. It was on social media. I know the one guy, Kevin Holland, I don't think he's retired. The other guys were. The other guy, I think, was Jake Shields. Look, as far as Kevin Holland goes, I don't want none of our guys beefing with none of those dudes. But I will say this. My brother Esteban is about as cool of a person as you're going to meet. He's humble. I've seen him spar with guys where he had a good match, and afterwards he'd be like, hey man, you really taught me some things. Even though he was doing good, he was still humble. He's just a humble individual. Well, he had commented on Kevin Holland's Instagram last year and was like, hey dude, I was wondering if I could come and get some content, meet you, do a workout with you, etc. He was saying this because he respected the guy. He wanted to do a video about going and sparring with a legendary UFC fighter. He sent me the screenshots. He was totally respectful. Kevin Holland comes back just off the wall. Yeah, I'll do this and blah, blah, blah. Just so disrespectful. And again, you'd had to see the comments. It's not me just taking Esteban's back because he's my brother. No, he was respectful. Okay? I tell you all that to tell you that as far as Kevin Holland goes, really don't care what he thinks. But another one of the fighters, like I said, this wasn't a guy from the OG branch. This was from another branch. I guess it had some exchange with Jake Shields. Okay? And Jake Shields was flipping. Now, let me be upfront and honest when I say I don't know how it started. I didn't see that. I just seen Jake Shields' response, and then I seen that Kevin Holland responded, right? If you're one of our Streetbeefs fighters, I would say this to you. And, I'm never going to tell a grown man how to live, especially if you're in one of the other branches. It's, that's for your branch owner to really, really tell you one way or another on that. But this is just my opinion. There's a part of the martial arts community that don't take us seriously as it is. And I just did a video on this today talking about what's a real fight, because I had this guy come on my Facebook post saying if anybody wants to see interviews with real fighters, hit me up. And I said, well, what's a real fighter and what's a real fight? A real fighter is somebody that fights, right? And a real fight is anytime two people engage in physical combat with the intent to injure. Now, if you're talking sanctioned or non-sanctioned, maybe you got a point. But to use the word real is disrespectful, right? But I did a video in response to that, and I said, there's a lot of people that don't take us seriously, that talk shit, so on and so forth. And then when you get some of our guys going back and forth with UFC fighters, it's not a good look. It makes our fighters look like they're delusional. It makes them, it makes us look bad. Now listen, let me be clear. If a UFC fighter or pro fighter comes on your post outright being a dick, yeah, you're supposed to defend yourself and you're supposed to respond accordingly. And I don't know that that's not what happened. I'm just assuming right now. But either which way, I would say to Streetbeefs fighters, past, present, future, it don't serve us no purpose to go back and forth, with guys that have been seen on national TV, etc. Because the truth is, the average person looks at a UFC fighter or a pro boxer and thinks that they hit somebody and their head explodes. They don't understand they're just fighters like everybody else. And what they really don't understand is the separation between a good amateur fighter and a good pro fighter isn't as much as you think. Now, the separation between a legendary fighter and a good amateur is different. But I'm just saying, there's guys that have came through Streetbeefs that, have got some skill, that have went on to have some success at the next level. And, depending on the situation, could do great out there. But it don't matter, because nobody's going to look at that situation and say, oh, I think this Streetbeefs guy is going to wash this UFC guy. Nobody's going to in any way think that. And it just makes us look silly even engaging with that. I don't advocate it. I can tell you that. For me, now again, let me be clear. If a pro fighter came and was being disrespectful and attacking me, I'm going to come back. I'm going to say shit right back. But I have seen some situations over the years where Streetbeefs fighters, for whatever reason, have went antagonizing pro fighters. And it's like, duh, why do that? For what? What purpose does it serve? So, I mean, look, and I can tell you that the vast, vast, vast majority of Streetbeefs fighters, the vast majority, aren't like that. You're not going to see them out there doing that. They feud with each other, but they're not out here antagonizing UFC fighters and pro boxers. That's one. Secondly, a lot of them are very cool people, very humble, very down to earth, kind of know where they sit in the pecking order of fighters. But that is one thing, there was a person who used to be with us that I actually despised, but he said one thing years ago that was very true. At the time, he had a big profile at Streetbeefs. And there's a bunch of people coming at him saying, oh, you think you're the baddest motherfucker on earth, blah, blah. And he said, dude, you're projecting. I've never said anything like that. You think that. Because I've never said that. I've never done anything to indicate that. And I think that some people out there see guys fighting in Streetbeefs and say, oh, these guys think they're UFC fighters, or these guys think they're pro fighters, or blah, blah, blah. And it's not the case. A lot of these guys just like to fight. Some of them just have beefs that they need to solve. So it's not they're fighting because they think they're the baddest motherfucker on earth. It's no different than guys going and playing backyard football. They're not doing it because they think they're Randy Moss. They're doing it because it's fun and they want to participate. So, either which way, I hope that most people don't think that Streetbeefs fighters are out here, having the wrong idea. And most Streetbeefs fighters are not out here stirring the pot. And I'm not saying that the young man that approached Jake Shields was stirring the pot. I don't know. That's what it looked like. But I didn't see the whole exchange. But I'll just tell you, that's not us. We just, we want to do our own thing. Streetbeefs is not interested in trying to be anything other than what we are, But leave your comments below. Big event coming soon, y'all. We're doing a second event in this month because my son is fighting pro the first Saturday of next month. His second pro fight. So we'll be doing a second event this month. Make sure y'all check it out. Thanks for the support. We love y'all. Peace.